have a gift for me.
Please sit down. Thank you very much. Please take your seats. MC Bohima, I'm a very shy person, so thank you very much for the introduction. So when you are introduced like that, you are humbled and you don't know whether you are living up to expectation or not. But let me recognize my distinguished chief directors, in whom I'm well pleased. So from Lands and Natural Resources, through the Office of the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, Tourism, through MESTS, the Office of the Head of the Civil Service to be, Ministry of Education. We are here because of education. Education is a mental medicine which shapes one's outlook and is able to let you face realities. I hope you understand. So that is why we are here. You understand? And of course, sports and recreation, who has been chairing the planning of this committee, Mrs. Wilhelmina Asamoah. Well, let's recognize the chief directors. Let's recognize them. Let me recognize our heads of our departments, distinguished directors. The directors, I call them the saints of the service. They are the saints of the service. And all of you are aspiring. Let me recognize all of you, civil service staff, and also recognize all those, our virtual participants. Let me say good afternoon. Of course, let me recognize our irresistible Closak band. Let's recognize them. It's one of our finest, and it's one of the finest in the country. And you see, they do so effortlessly. It comes to them, music and the finesse with which they sing is second nature, you understand, to them. So we'll continue to recognize you, and wherever you deliver, we get a feedback. And the feedback has always been positive. We are proud of you, Closak Band. Of course, the ubiquitous media professionals. If we don't recognize you, our views will not be heard. Nobody else will know that we exist except us. And so if we are here, it means the activities are going to be disseminated worldwide. So let's recognize all of you and recognize the IT guys who have been working very hard. I want to say good morning, good afternoon to us all. I extend warm greetings to each and everyone here gathered today. It is a distinct honor to be with you as we launch the 2025 Civil Service Week celebration and 2024 awards ceremony. This occasion is not merely a routine event. It is a great opportunity to celebrate the resilience and dedication of our service, which I argue that is a service on the hill, and to chart a course for the future. Our theme for this year's celebration is adapting to automation, artificial intelligence, and e-governance, the civil service in contemporary Ghana. This theme underscores the dynamic landscape we navigate and the proactive spirit required to serve our nation effectively in this digital age. Let me once again express our sincere appreciation to Nana Kwesi Ejekum-Jamena, the immediate past head of the Civil Service of the Republic of Ghana, for his visionary leadership and for reintroducing the Civil Service Week celebrations and awards ceremony in 2019. I am also deeply grateful for the opportunity that he afforded me to be part of that critical celebration for at least the past 5-6 years. And as you are aware, I chaired the planning for 4 consecutive years. And I've been told that it's unprecedented in the history of the Civil Service of Ghana. So, Chair, you have a record to beat. and I know you will deliver. Let me also thank every one of you, each and every one of you, civil servants, civil service staff, for your steadfast commitment to excellence, integrity, loyalty, service, which is the bedrock of our service to Ghana. To appreciate our journey, let me briefly recall our foundational purpose. The 1992 Constitution of our Republic outlines the composition of the public services of Ghana, and if you check Article 190, 190, they are all listed there, and the civil service is number 1. It's the first that is listed, and so that's why sometimes when there's anything they say civil servants, and why not? We have to accept it, which includes the civil service, the police service, the public operations, and other services as Parliament may by law prescribe. The civil service itself, as enshrined in the Civil Service Act, PNDC Law 327, comprises the services in both central and local government, with a core objective, the overarching objective captured in our Section 2 of our Act, is assisting the government of the day in the formulation and implementation of public policies and programs for national development. That is the overarching objective. Our mandate, ladies and gentlemen, is clear: to provide strategic support to the government, the formulation and implementation and execution of policies that drive progress. And our vision is to be a motivated professional civil service for delighted clients in a developed country, Ghana. Our mission is to provide vital policy advice and facilitate its implementation. I call it the action part of policy, is the implementation, through innovative research, because we want our policies to be evidence-based so that the targeting can be right. And then, of course, resource mobilization. We mobilize resource, human, material, and whatever resource that we have. Harvest ideas wherever we can get them for the development of our nation, Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, in fulfilling this mission, we undertake crucial functions: initiating and formulating policy options, advising on plans, conducting the necessary research when necessary, implementing those policies, reviewing and evaluating government programs, performing other functions that are directed by the council, among others. So we are involved in every facet of actually national governance and national life, from energy and green transition through to finance and agriculture, among others, through health, education, etc. And you realize that if we say that the state is important from the cradle to the grave, the civil service is very much in there. We feature prominently. This week, ladies and gentlemen, is our chance to highlight that essential work and foster a deep connection with the public that we serve. The Civil Service Week celebrations and awards ceremony is embedded, really. We take inspiration really from Section 88 of the Civil Service Act. And this section mandates the Office of the Head of Civil Service, in fact, the head of the service, to institute a system for recognizing and awarding civil service staff for meritorious performance. Broadly, the celebrations seek to achieve the following broad objectives. And Chair of the Planning Commission and Chief Directors and colleagues, with your permission, let me touch base with a few of these objectives. A, project the strategic importance of the civil service to national development. We will also facilitate interaction with citizens and the public regarding the civil service's role in national development. We also engage our clients of the service, to gather feedback on the quality of services provided by various ministries and departments. We also will synthesize the private sector and citizens on activities of the Ghana Civil Service and identify areas of collaboration and partnerships. Very important. We can only develop by striking some synergistic relationship with other actors within the state. We also recognize and appreciate the dedicated civil service staff. I'm sure that is where some people are really keen to see, and that will culminate in our award ceremony where we will celebrate those who have delivered. And the idea is that we want to incentivize them and also tell others that when you work hard, we'll recognize and incentivize you. And of course, it provides the opportunity for the civil service staff to share experiences and ideas and enhance their knowledge of best practices in public sector management and development. And of course, we also are seeking to promote unity, collaboration, and trust among all of us. The camaraderie spirit. One word that I learned from the chair of the planning committee the last week or so, was it the first day of the quiz, the preliminary rounds, when she employed the word camaraderie spirit that we are kicking. And so I'm borrowing that and trying to own it, subsequently, camaraderie among our staff. Our journey in embracing change through some reforms and through the themes that we have used in recent times. Colleagues, our past Civil Service Week themes really have reflected our evolving role and our nation's priorities. In 2019, the Civil Service Week was actually celebrated under the theme, Improving Service Delivery Towards Ghana Beyond Aid. That was the theme. And the objective was to align the activities of the service with national development aspirations and to underscore its commitment to performance, innovation, and self-reliance. In 2020, we highlighted the importance of collaboration between the civil service and the private sector for national development. And so we picked the theme, the civil service and private sector synergy. And we said that a national development imperative. And that recognized the collaboration as a key to progress. Facing the unprecedented challenges of COVID-19 in 2021, we embraced economic transformation amid COVID-19 pandemic, the responsibilities of an adaptive civil service as our theme, and a frame of analysis, demonstrating the need for our agility, our flexibility, our adaptability, our resilience, and our responsiveness to the needs and aspirations of our people as we supported the government of the day to deliver. In 2022, aligning with national agenda, we championed digitalization in the civil service of Ghana, an agenda for improved productivity and service delivery. Acknowledging digitalization as a cornerstone of modern public administration and the crafting of an enduring public bureaucracy to guide the development of the country, the development that we so fervently seek. 2023 provided us with another opportunity to highlight the civil services contribution through some of the most important services. Therefore, we chose the theme, Enhanced Service Delivery and Economic Transformation in the Civil Service. In Ghana, the civil service in focus, which emphasized our key role in national development. Last year, 2024, our theme was Combating Threat to Sub-Regional Peace and Security, the Perspectives of the Civil Service. This was crafted to highlight the vital role and accomplishment of the civil service in relation to good governance. And our efforts in critical fields that significantly bolster our nation's peace and security and actively enhance Ghana's image globally as a beacon of peace and security and democratic governance in our sub-region and beyond. And as you can imagine, each team guided, prepared, and equipped us to meet the demands of our time. This year, distinguished audience, our theme, as you can see, is adapting to automation, artificial intelligence, and e-governance, the civil service in contemporary Ghana. This team directly confront the technological and administrative shifts reshaping our world. We need to adapt to remaining relevant in a fast-changing world. The risk-setting agenda of the government of the Republic of Ghana must necessarily be underpinned by a vibrant public bureaucracy anchored on the civil, adaptive, flexible, agile civil service. We want to celebrate our achievements and adapt for the future. Distinguished guests, the civil service is actively adopting the changes driven by automation, AI, artificial intelligence, and e-governance. These are not dangers. Now, sometimes when you mention these things, people think that it's going to lead to job losses, etc. These are not dangers, but strong tools that help us serve Ghana more effectively, more efficiently, more transparently, and remain very accountable to our principals. And who are the principals? The citizens. We are just agents. They are principals. We have undertaken a number of ICT reforms, which is at the heart of our adaptation. This is where our focus intensifies. The civil service is spearheading digital transformation. Our significant development in the civil service is the IT reforms. The digitalization of processes within the Ministry of Health, for instance, then the Ministry of Employment, that's the Ministry of Employment, Science and Technology, and other ministries have streamlined operations, they have improved transparency, they have improved accountability, and they have also improved access to public services. The Ghana Integrated Logistics Management Information System, for instance, has actually enhanced data accessibility, leading to improved supply chain decision-making, inventory visibility, and operations across Ghana's public health sector, connecting over 1,500 health facilities in the process. It is worth noting that ICT reforms align with global digital governance trends where governments are required to prioritize cybersecurity, digital literacy, and infrastructure development within the civil service to maximize the impact of ICT reforms. These efforts demonstrate significant progress in expanding digital connectivity, rural communities, aimed at bridging the gap in digital telecommunication between rural areas and the outside world. We've also provided a lot of administrative support for the Ghana transition process, what I call the political and administrative transitions. The year 2024, as you are aware, was an election year. We have imposed on ourselves political accountability that every 4 years we'll go to our people and subject ourselves, I'm talking about the leaders, subject themselves to the test of acceptability through elections. So being an election year, it presented its own challenges. However, the civil service remained steadfast, conducting its duties in a professional, non-partisan, neutral manner. The service provided technical and administrative support for the transition team and its subcommittees under the Presidential Transition Act 2012 Act 845. Throughout the period, the service played, and it continues to play, a pivotal role in providing the needed administrative and technical support to ensure a smooth and successful transition process. Throughout the period, the service leveraged structured digital handover systems to ensure continuity and efficiency, reflecting our adaptability. The service seamlessly supported the ministerial realignment process, of course, with the support of the government of Ghana. And let me applaud the government and applaud all of you and all those who in diverse ways supported this tireless effort in ensuring the smooth transitional arrangement. I thought we were going to commend us for that, and our civil servants said, let's show some support. I'm told that even clapping is also therapeutic, right? It induces blood circulation. So permit me also to touch on few policy development and implementation issues. Ladies and gentlemen, we are integrating digital tools and data analytics into our policy work. Automation streamlines processes, while AI assists in forecasting trends and evaluating policy impact. With your kind permission, let me share some important policy areas the civil service has initiated in recent times. Digital economy policy and strategy. In an area defined by rapid technological, or in an era defined by rapid technological advancement and digital transformation, Ghana stands as a pivotal moment in its history. The Ghana Digital Economy Policy and Strategy, crafted under the initiative of the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, represent Ghana's unwavering commitment to harnessing the power of digital technologies to drive inclusive economic development and position our nation as a leading digital hub in the sub-region. The vision is clear: to create a digital ecosystem that leaves no one behind. This policy and strategy are designed with the needs of all Ghanaians in mind, from the bustling urban centers to the most remote rural communities. We are determined to bridge the digital gap by ensuring that every citizen, regardless of their location or background, has access to the tools, skills, and opportunities needed to thrive in a digital age. Digital inclusion is not just a goal, but a necessity for sustainable development, ladies and gentlemen. Economic growth, invariably, is the backbone of our national prosperity. And digitalization is the engine that will drive this growth in the 21st century. By embracing digital technologies, we aim to unlock new avenues for innovation, enhance productivity across all sectors, and create high-quality jobs for our youth. This strategy outlines how we will support our local entrepreneurs and businesses, enable them to compete on the global stage and contribute to a robust digital economy that benefits all Ghanaians. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this policy, moreover, positions Ghana as a beacon of digital transformation in West Africa and beyond. Our ambition, invariably, is to become the preferred destination for digital investment and innovations. Leveraging our strategic location, don't forget our unique attributes as a good governance, punching our way up as a global player in good governance, our skilled workforce, and commitment to fostering supportive regulatory environment. As we implement this strategy, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we will work closely with all regional and international partners to ensure that Ghana leads the way in this digital revolution sweeping across Africa. This document is not just a policy, it is a blueprint for our future where Ghanaians' creativity, resilience, and innovation shine brightly on the global stage. Together, we will build a digital economy that reflects our shared values and aspirations, driving sustainable development and shifting the lives, or shifting and shaping the lives of all our people. Let us embrace this opportunity with determination and unity as we chart a new course for Ghana's digital future. We are also implementing a number of financial sector reform initiatives. In line with the ongoing digital transformation, the Ministry of Finance and the Financial Intelligence Center have actually strengthened our anti-money laundering frameworks. Key actions involved training about 1,303 stakeholders, leveraging AI for dissemination of 66 intelligence reports, and enhancing legislative processes through e-governance systems, and deepening international digital cooperation. Especially in the face of challenges like money laundering, which undermines financial integrity and investor confidence, we need to reconfigure these areas to make sure that we're able to respond to the threats that is for Ghana's civil service recognizes that illicit financial inflows or flows not only drain national resources, but also erode public trust and confidence and hinder development. By integrating global best practices and leveraging advanced technologies such as AI, powered financial monitoring and e-governance platforms, we are enhancing transparency, accountability, and oversight. These digital tools enable smarter policy making and foster enforcement, aligning our effort with international standards. Yet this transformation goes beyond technology. The civil service remains a guardian of public interests, working closely with the financial institutions, regulators, and global partners to safeguard Ghana's economic future. Grounded in integrity, accountability, and service, we are building a resilient, lawful economy that attracts investments and ensures inclusive growth. If you look at passport administration, ladies and gentlemen, in the bold stride towards digital transformation, the Passport Office under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is embracing automation, artificial intelligence, and e-governance to revolutionize passport administration in Ghana. As we transition from biometric to a secure chip-embedded passport, 4 state-of-the-art printers and cutting-edge equipments, including computers, fingerprints, documents, scanners, several others, signature parts, among others, have been installed across the offices. This digital upgrade has already been successfully rolled out at the Rich Passport Office and the Kekus Passport Application Center, with nationwide expansion underway. Through automation, we are speeding up processes. AI is enhancing identity verification and fraud detection. And of course, e-governance is ensuring transparency, convenience, and accountability for our citizens. This is not an upgrade alone. It is a promise to faster, smarter, and more secure service delivery for Ghanaians. I thought we were going to show appreciation. Let's show. We are even providing e-newsletters to ensure transparency and accessibility and engagement through e-governance. The Information Services Department, for instance, has embraced automation and artificial intelligence in producing a dynamic e-newsletter. This digital initiative aims to keep stakeholders, staff, and public informed about key government activities, programs, and plans. And I was told that by December, as of December, you had about four editions had been produced. I will have to check where we are as of today. And these newsletters feature significant articles and success stories that highlight the government's digital transformation effort. Leveraging AI-powered content management tools, the publication process has become faster, more interactive, and data-driven. The e-newsletter stands as a testament to the smarter, citizen-focused communication. It showcases real-time updates on policies, community outreach, and digital innovation. This initiative not only boosts transparency, but also empowers citizens through accessible and reliable information. There are other capacity work that we are undertaking as a service, and permit me to touch base with few. Talent management. In recognition of our growing demand for higher standards of public service delivery, the civil service is prioritizing talent management as a strategic tool for enhanced institutional performance. The OACS, which is the Office of the Head of Civil Service, is rolling out a targeted talent management framework focused on officers with at least 3 years of service. And this initiative seeks to identify high potential staff, equip them with the critical skills through structured training and support their development through mentorship and regular performance assessment. By investing in our human capital, the civil service aims to build a real pipeline of future leaders, strengthen leadership succession, and foster a culture of excellence, accountability, and continuous learning across ministries and departments. This intervention is key to ensuring that the service remains responsive, professional, and aligned with national vision and of transformation subsequently. We are also looking at the gender mainstreaming in the service. Now, as part of effort to promote inclusivity and ensure equity within the service, the Office of the Head of the Civil Service, with the support from the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and emerging public leaders of Ghana, is pursuing a gender mainstreaming reform initiative in the service. This initiative aims to address systemic gender barriers and foster diversity at all levels. To prioritize this agenda, the civil service has trained gender desk officers across the ministries and departments and developed gender mainstreaming standard operating procedure to guide implementation. The development and execution of gender action plans have also integrated into the performance agreement of the chief directors, gender disaggregated data and gender deliverables, heads of department and gender desk officers. In addition, all directors are now required to mentor at least 2 female officers annually as part of effort to strengthen the leadership pipeline for women. A gender task force has also been constituted to further advocate for policy reforms addressing intersectoral challenges and support capacity building through mentorship and coaching. These measures reflect the service's commitment to creating an inclusive environment where all individuals can thrive and contribute meaningfully to national development, a task force that I chair. We've also expanded the electronic staff performance appraisal system. We're seeking to expand that as part of our effort to improve performance management, and we want to make the service much more productive than we have met it. And so productivity enhancement measures are critical to us. We are aligning government digitalization agenda. The civil service has introduced a web-based electronic performance appraisal system, popularly referred to as the YISPA. We introduced that in 2021. This system was developed to enhance efficiency, effectiveness, compliance in the staff performance appraisal and give us a scientific basis for which we can even promote people and also enhance performance of the service. Notably, the system has enabled better monitoring by supervisors and HR officers, strengthened communication between appraisers and appraisees, and improved understanding of the appraisal process itself, and enhanced storage, security, and accessibility of the appraisal system. This is real time, and we can track the performance, etc. And let me say that since we introduced the YISPA, the performance appraisal compliance level has moved. In fact, what we have now, over 90%, is the highest we have recorded in the history of the service because of this system. And to deepen accountability, colleagues, the next phase of implementation will expand the system to include performance agreement for directors and analogous grades and further to heads of department and chief directors, and chief directors, of course, including coordinating directors. This is a critical step towards ensuring that leadership performance directly support the broader national goal of economic transformation. Our nation wants to be transformed, but we can't just wish it. We need to do the right things to make this happen. Electronic fluid management system and using this, what we call the staff workplace. So the introduction of the electronic fluid system deployed through the Smart Workplace platform marks a major step in automating work processes within the service. The system ensures quick and easy access to official documents, improve information flow, and enhances transparency within our institutions. And it promotes a more transparent, responsive, and well-coordinated work environment. Even personnel records have been digitalized in a number of institutions. Digitalization of personnel records, previously stored in manual index cards, is a strategic investment in the integrity and efficiency of human resource management. Don't forget that the Weberian bureaucratic arrangement also emphasizes office and functions and knowledge of the files. So the retrieval system is very important. This reform enables secure, centralized access to staff information, support timely HR decisions, and preserved institutional memory. It also facilitates workforce planning, promotions, and posting through accurate and easily retrievable data. We have also introduced onboarding policy and mentorship guidelines. A formal onboarding policy supported by structured mentorship guideline has been introduced to strengthen professional development and staff retention. Everybody wants to belong, and we need to demonstrate that we belong. New officers now undergo comprehensive orientation to understand their roles and institutional expectations, while senior officers are required to mentor at least 2 female mentees, as I indicated. This initiative is building a more competent, confident, and inclusive civil service, something that we are going to sustain. We are also formulating, implementing what we normally refer to as a civil service employee assistance program. And here we have started with the counseling unit and the crèche. The establishment of the civil service assistance program underscores our commitment to staff welfare. It is not always good to ask somebody to work hard, but you are oblivious of the needs of that individual. So we are being multi-purpose, and we are looking at all those issues across service whole. So this includes the establishment of the counseling unit at the office of the head of the civil service. And the civil service, and of course the civil service crèche in several institutions. The OECS has established one. The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has also established one. We have a proposal to establish a service-wide crèche so that those of you in active service, and when I say active service, those of you are adding to the population, that's what I mean, of Ghana. You can have a safe place for your kids and still have the peace of mind to contribute to shaping the productivity of the service. So the council unit is ready. We'll launch it very soon, but it's ready. Nice environment, cozy environment. The ambience is very welcoming. We have professionals, and when you engage these professionals, you can be sure that your issues will not be on BBC World Service. You know what I mean? There are some people, when you tell them your problems, you are better off going to announce it on BBC. But we have a professional group now that will deal with those issues. You understand, job balance, job-work balance, or work-house balances, issues of how do you deal with sometimes even panic attack can send you to a nurse prayer camp. Is that not it? But a panic attack, when you engage the professionals, they can deal with it in a manner that say that you have the monitoring witches and wizards from the village monitoring you, sometimes. So with the support of the Ghana Psychological Council, the Civil Service Counseling Unit will be officially launched by the close of this month. Yes. To enable officers have access to professional psychological support. And this facility was underpinned by research. We assessed the psychological needs of our people, and the conclusion that we arrived at was that the average civil servant needs help, and that's the psychological help. So we want to also promote mental health, and then of course we want to promote emotional resilience of our service to undergird the development that we so fervently seek. The workplace crèche or crèches have been established to support working parents, particularly mothers, right? Particularly mothers, by providing a safe and convenient childcare option. Together, these interventions are fostering a more supportive and productive work environment for our people. These initiatives are designed to enhance staff well-being, reduce stress, and support work-life balance. They foster a supportive and inclusive work environment, boost employee satisfaction, and further strengthen the civil service reputation as a people-centered workplace. That's what we are seeking. We care. We care. We're also engaging the nation in the Civil Service Week. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this week is dedicated to showcasing our journey and celebrating our people and celebrating our hard-working staff. The activities planned are designed for engagement, for reflection, and for appreciation. Today, which is Wednesday, 16th of July 2025 has been the float and the press lunch. I want to thank you for your active participation in these two major activities. Thursday, which is tomorrow, we want to undertake cleanup exercise, and this is promote health and environmental consciousness. Cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. We need to keep our environment clean. This year, the environment is part, some deliverables within the environment is part of the Chief Director's performance contract. And it should not be one-off episodic activity. If you go to a well-organized environment, it is not episodic. It's a day-to-day matter, you understand? If you go to well-organized room, as you are moving up and down, you are putting the carpet right, you are chipping, you understand? If the glass is not properly positioned, you are positioning them. You are not waiting for 1 month. So if you go to somebody's house and you want to use the washroom and the person says that, please wait, let me check, it means all is not well. You should be confident enough that when you have received a visitor to just say that is the washroom. You are confident that the ambience will be welcoming. I hope you understand. So that's what it is that we are going to do tomorrow. And then we'll call you to participate fully. Friday, God has been good to us. We live under an omnipotent, omnipresent God whose benevolence transcends human fickle understanding. His mercies abound. He's brought us thus far. So we want some offertory will be necessary after this one. So Thanksgiving service for spiritual reflection and gratitude to our by our Muslim and Christian brothers and sisters in the service, which takes off between noon and 1 p.m. This will be followed by the semi-final matches for the soccer competition between 1 a.m. and 5 p.m. That's on Friday. On Monday, 5 p.m., as I said. What did I say? A.m., that will be some spiritual meetings. So 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday, which is 21st, to Thursday, 24th, a vibrant activity, a number of activities, and policy fair, exhibition, and cultural day, showcasing our work, our culture, and offering on-the-spot services directly to staff and the public. You understand? A direct demonstration of our service in this digital age. We're going to also have a cultural and food bazaar. Some of us, that's where our interest will be. Food bazaar. A section will feature or will form part of this section as we celebrate and promote our national heritage. Of course, in the process, health screening for our staff, reflecting our commitment to our well-being, will also be included. Health, they say, is wealth, and we constantly will check so that if there are some emerging issues, you can tackle them so they don't fester and undermine your ability to be able to deliver. Of course, it's a key to public lecture. A key public lecture will be held on Tuesday, which is 22nd of July, between 1 a.m. to 12 noon. I almost said another 12 a.m., 12 noon. That's what I have here. I have 10 a.m. to 12 noon. That's what I have. But I'm sure that the planners will brief you in this auditorium here. And this is where this lecture is devoted to unpacking the theme. So when they come, we're now going to unpack the theme properly and give you the nuances of the theme as they relate to the performance of the service. To foster intellectual exchange and engagement with national issues, this will be followed by the finals of the interministerial quiz, Know Your Service. I witnessed one of the preliminary rounds. Sometimes people think that they know, right? If you are complacent, you know that you do not know. The distinctive trait of the philosopher is that he knows nothing. And it's the admission that he knows nothing that impels him to look for more knowledge. So we encourage civil servants that don't just be interested in just routine read around the concept, read around your issues, so that you strike a synergy between your action and your thought. Very important. So the program lineup continues with a policy dialogue on Wednesday, 23rd, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., followed by interministerial cooking competition. And I was checking what is it that I can do. Apart from anointed rice, rice angwa, some people call rice angwa, emuna angwa. I call it anointed rice, Maybe warm water for Kiswe, this way, that one now here in share, we are told. Of course, we want to see how you people will deliver, on these matters and so on, the same day. Thursday will be the 24th, will feature the other finals of the 2025 Interministerial Games, men and women. Well, that's where I will employ your word again. We'll be building the camaraderie and a spirit of core and celebrating our staff's diverse talents, including former blasters, icons. We are hoping. When our chair has this, she has this pull factor that can bring, people, rare species of our Homo sapiens to come and witness some of the things that we do. So thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Friday will be the climax. The climax. Everything has a beginning, has an end. Friday will be a climax, the pinnacle. The 2024 Civil Service Awards ceremony comes off at the Aliza Hotel at 4 p.m. prompt. Look sharp, look smart. No ropopo dressing. Come prepared. I'm sure the ladies are already. I know people have already worn their husbands and girlfriends and others already and boyfriends. Somebody was asking me the 2024 that in this election, what are you buying for me? Hey, how can I shop for you during elections? I said, don't worry. When you go to the polling booth, you'll be given your ballot paper to go and cast your vote. But on a more serious note, people must look sharp, look smart, and those who have been invited and those who are winning awards come and deliver. And that will come, we'll be honoring exceptional service and our dedication to our service. And to spice the whole ceremony, we have invited the Chief of Staff. Yesterday, myself, the Chief Director Office of the Head of Civil Service, Eunice Osai, Mrs. Eunice Osai, and then, of course, our indefatigable chair, the chair for this planning committee, Civil Service Week Planning Committee, Mrs. Eunice, Mrs. Wilhelmina Samoa. The three of them, two of them were with me. A high-powered team visited the Chief of Staff yesterday and officially invited him. Even though we had written, he has indicated that he's going to give us all the support to come next week. So that's what it is. We don't show appreciation already. He has been very supportive throughout the planning processes, and we briefed him each step of the way, and he's provided a lot of support each step of the way. So he will be Chief of Staff at the Office of the President of the Republic of Ghana, will be our special guest, our guest of honor. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, these events are more than just activities. They are opportunities to demonstrate our adaptability, engaging our public, we are fostering our collaboration, and more importantly, rededicating ourselves, and of course, celebrating our incredible men and women of this service, those who have distinguished themselves and rededicated themselves to the cause of this country. Let me acknowledge people who have delivered on their mandate. Our sincere gratitude and appreciation go to our sponsors, the government of the Republic of Ghana, Petroleum Industrial Company, producers of Vena purified water. They have provided us enough water such that if you come and you don't behave well at OACS, we'll give you a baptism, and that baptism will be superintended by pure Vena water, for instance. Water is life. They provided us almost 3,000. Yes, show appreciation. And the value is close to 100,000 Ghana cedis. Yes, 3,000. So if you take the average of 30 cedis per one, that's 90,000 already. But I know some sell it 33, especially those of us who support our ladies when they go to market, 33, 32. Sometimes we want to know the market, and then we adjust the pocket money accordingly. So, colleagues, so we want to recognize them. Promasidor Ghana, CLOSAG has been very, very instrumental in the planning processes. Let's show appreciation. National Sports Authority, GOIL, our own GOIL, GOIL in the service of the nation. You know, those days, that's where I used to be the advert. You remember, those of you know the 90s, those of you are old enough, GOIL in the service of the nation. You know, yes, I'll render the VRA, ECG, GMPC, Ghana Petroleum Authority, Petroleum Commission, all the sector ministries. I was checking to see, I wanted to render the list of those who have complied or redeemed their obligation. But Chief Director, Minister of Education said I shouldn't render the list yet. So I won't render the list. Next week, maybe the list will be fully consummated. In other words, it will be full. People would have redeemed. But the sector ministry recognizing you, and then, of course, the media for your support, for valuable support in making this celebration possible this year too. The landscape of contemporary Ghana is evolving rapidly, driven by technological advancement, automation, artificial intelligence, and e-governance. And we are saying that these are not distant concepts. They are the tools of our present and the foundation of our future. Our civil service stands at the forefront of this transformation. We are adapting, we are learning, we are innovating to ensure that our service remains much more resilient, much more relevant, and much more impactful. To every civil service staff, thank you for your dedication. Your commitment to navigating these challenges, embracing new technologies, and maintaining the highest standards of service is commendable. You are the architects of our efficient, transparent, and responsive public sector. As we celebrate this week, let us not only reflect on our past achievement, but also recommit ourselves to the future. Let us continue to work together, colleagues across ministries and departments, partners in the private sector, and the public that we serve. Let us leverage the Civil Service Week as a platform to exchange innovative ideas, share best productivity practices, strengthen the bonds that make our nation strong. Together, we can support the government resetting agenda and continue to make Ghana the beacon of hope in the West Africa sub-region and beyond. Together, by embracing change and harnessing the power of technology, let us contribute to building a Ghana that is not only peaceful and secure, but also delightful or digitally advanced, economically vibrant, and truly developed. Let us sustain the harmony of our nation and lead by example in this dynamic era. I extend my appreciation, special appreciation, to the planning committee and to the subcommittees for their tireless effort in organizing the celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, with these few words, I have the distinguished honor, and I do so with pride in anticipation of your unflinching support. I officially declare the 2025 Civil Service Week celebrations and 2024 awards ceremony under the theme Adapting to Automation, Artificial Intelligence, and E-Governance, the Civil Service in Contemporary Ghana, officially launched. I wish us a truly inspiring and fruitful celebration. Long live the Ghana Civil Service. Long live Ghana. God bless us all, and thank you for enduring me. Thank you. God bless you.
Once a lecturer. Once a lecturer. Oh, do it better for our head of service. Do it better for him. In fact, this qualifies for the State of Ghana Civil Service address. In fact, it captures every sector in the service. I think our head of service deserves a better round of applause. The ever shy Dr. Evans Agri Darko. Thank you so much, head of service. I'm so proud of you. In fact, the way you were blending everything, people want to doze, but the way you are telling our story, they can't doze off. They are just looking at you in admiration. We are proud of you as our head of service. Do it better again for him. Doc, whilst you were speaking, I was particularly interested in the counseling and the crèche aspect. Because I have plans of adding 2 more to the 4. So I will see you people and they will look at the crèche aspect. and since my director of information is here, I am putting myself up for nomination for the awards because I also need some incentives. So skin put, I have put myself there. We are so proud of you, head of service, and we are supposed to have an open forum, but you all agree with me that our head of service has done a very beautiful job. So if you have any question, please, if you see me at the back, ask me. I'll give you an answer. If I'm not able to give the answer, I will direct you to my beautiful head of the planning committee, Mr. Sasamwa, and should do honest to every. All you have. Do you? Head, I wanted to ask the counseling. If your husband beats you, can you come? Yes. Okay. If you beat your husband, you don't have to come. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. At this juncture, I want us to play our promo so that we, aside head of service acknowledging the companies that have supported us, we also want to acknowledge them. Are you ready for me? Can we play our promo ad? If it's not ready, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Dr. Winifred Nafisa Mahama, Director of the Information Services Department, to officially thank us. Do it better for my boss. I want her to nominate me, so please clap for her.
You know, the beautiful thing about being called to speak after such an eloquent, succinct, concise speech is that you have nothing else to say. And he has even done half of the job for me. So I'm here to show appreciation, that's give vote of thanks for this ceremony that we've had. So I'm just adding up to what he's already done. We all know that this event wouldn't have happened if our God Almighty had not permitted it. So our utmost gratitude goes to the Almighty God for giving us life and for bringing us all here, giving us a good weather to be able to go on the float and assembling here for the ceremony. I'd like to say a big thank you to the chair and members of the committee who have tirelessly worked to put this program together. To our head of service himself, the soft-spoken, the quiet, shy head of service, we say thank you. To all our chief directors for making it here. To our directors, the saints of the service, we say thank you. To the irresistible Clocksack Band, we say thank you. The ubiquitous media, we say thank you. And to all of us here, we really appreciate your presence here. We are being encouraged to participate fully in all the activities that will be going on. In fact, let us all be ambassadors of letting people know and understand the nature of our work. There's a lot of misconception about the civil service, what we stand for, and how we go about our duties. In fact, people just think you can just get up and even join the service. But they go through that rigorous process of being employed, then they understand that it's not as easy as it is that we have here. Let us all be ambassadors of the service. Let us use this week to show ourselves more. We deserve the week, and so we ask our bosses to understand us, because this week we may go against normal dress codes and all that. It is allowed for the week. Head, am I not right? Yes, so this week. And then we should bring your friends, bring your colleagues to the policy fair. It's a very good opportunity for them to understand the work that we do individually at our places. On this note, I'll say a very big thank you, and thank you for the opportunity also to be here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mahama. We are grateful to you. Doc, you thank everybody and you forgot your daughter. So on that note, I want to thank myself for being here this afternoon. Oh, please show me some love. So I'm also thanking myself. You know, you said after someone has well delivered an address, you don't have much to say. You know, my father is a pastor. And when he sees people speaking for that long, and he doesn't want us to be late, when he comes to stand, and I am a fanti, so when he stands, he says, "Asamane yanye de, so yankopan nezinem rasam nodo." That ends his sermon. It means we have closed for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, you and I agree that today has been an eventful day. It has been so beautiful, and our program has been successful. I want us to also note that because of lack of space, we are moving the exhibition this year to the stadium so that you can have all the space to do whatever you want to do. Exhibit whatever you want to exhibit, and we'll be there to have a look at it. And I am sure NIA is coming. So if you have issues with your Ghana card, you can come there. And if you want to do your passport, they will be there. Every service will be there. So come and you'll be duly served. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been very beautiful. And I want to also once again thank all our sponsors. We are grateful to all of you. We will also come back next year, God willing. And head of service, as for the water, when I close from here, I'll pass through the head office to see what can be done about the water. And then go, service to the nation. I'll also see how best they can serve me as a proud citizen of the Republic of Ghana. On that note, we have come to the end of this beautiful press launch. You have done well, I have done well, and together we have done well. Let's show ourselves some round of applause. Oh, clap for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we'll invite Mr. Mahawiya Idrisu from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to give us the closing prayer. And when he's done, you can boogie your way around. We are going to have our dance. You can dance, and since our chief directors are here, I don't think they will call you to come and do anything. And we all call it a day. Have a very good afternoon.
And sports tournaments. Partners include GNPC, Tomasidor, ECG, Boyle, Vanna Water, Bost, and VRA.
Thank you.
Media partners are GTV, Joy News.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All praise and gratitude be to God Almighty, the Lord of the worlds, most gracious, most merciful. We thank Him for guiding us throughout this program and for the opportunity to recognize and celebrate excellence in the civil service. We ask you, Ya Allah, to bless all civil servants with wisdom, integrity, and dedication to serve the nation well. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal lazina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Amin.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name remains Siabo Ahima. Have a very good afternoon. Bye. Close band, take us home. Please, we'll have a photograph here. All chief directors and directors, please come up here for a photograph. All chief directors and directors here present, please come up here for a photograph. If you're a director, a chief director, please come up here for a photograph.
Let's get together and feel alright. Hear the children crying. Hear the children crying. Saying give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Singing, let's get together and feel alright. Oh, let them pass others there to remarks. There is one question I really love to ask. Is there a place for us who blessing us, who has helped all mankind just to sing this song? Believe me, one love, what about the one love? What up, let's get together and feel as it was at the beginning. So shall it be, yeah, one heart, saying give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright, singing, let's get together and
Clog TV. Beyond the policy.
911, what's your emergency?
Oh God! Oh God!
There's another victim.
All right, trainee, you're in the hot seat.
Any way I could trade up to a real gun?
No.
It was too late. She was buried alive.
You want to play a real-life game of Clue with me?
Yes, indeedy.
Yes, indeedy.
People think this